When Lionel Messi gets mad, everything gets out of control. From crazy tackles to taking out innocent fans, these are the shocking angry moments of Messi everyone needs to see. And wait till you see the time he got so angry that he took on an entire country. But first, Messi was renewing his rivalry with one of the game's greatest defenders. For most of his career, Messi was the king of Barcelona. He became the best player in the world and had fans filling up the 90,000 Nou Camp just to watch him play every week, and never disappointed. Playing for Barca, Messi faced some of the best teams in the world, but there was always one team who always managed to get him riled up the most, and in that one team, one opponent. This guy, Sergio Ramos. Played for Real Madrid, Ramos and Messi became heated enemies, and over the years in the matches that followed, these two clashed on several occasions, with Ramos trying to break Messi's leg in 2010. But 8 years later, it kind of feels like Messi waited for his moment to revenge, because in that year's version of the El Clasico, the moment Leo spotted Ramos with the ball, well, he lost it. I don't know which one is worse, man, Messi's tackle or the sick look on Ramos's face after that. These two weren't even done yet, because months later they clashed again, and this time Ramos was prepared to make it even more spicy. The 2019 El Clasico, and once again Ramos and Messi were at the center of the attention. For Ramos and Real Madrid, this was going to be the first time in 9 years they'd be going into an El Clasico game with Cristiano Ronaldo. And for Messi, this was also the first time he won't be facing his greatest rival in 9 years. Ramos probably figured he won't be able to score the goals like Ronaldo and give Messi a run for his money, so he made sure he'd make the game competitive at the very least by stirring up Messi's dark side. Messi was mad, bro. The game ended 0-0, but the scoreline wasn't even half the story, because that clash between Ramos and Messi was grabbing all the headlines. Messi and Madrid have really bad blood, and you can bet that even if these guys paid him over $1 billion, he still won't play for them, because he made that pretty clear to the fans in 2010. Barca was facing Madrid away from home at the Bernabeu, and as usual, the home crowd was trying to get into Messi's head, so they began cheering and booing him. But Messi's different, and instead he used that energy to fuel his game. And once the Madrid fans noticed that wasn't working, they went even harder, until Messi had heard enough and attacked them with a ball.
He shows his frustration.
Hey man, that's going way too far. But this won't be the first time Messi's having to deal with some really annoying fans who got on his bad side. In 2022, one dude was using him to chase clout and got him pissed. At last year's World Cup final, Messi put on a show for the ages. He scored 2 goals and a penalty in the shootout win over France, to finally end his long wait to win the World Cup. After the game, families and some fans of the players were allowed to enter the pitch to meet them, and while Messi was trying to soak in the love from his wife and kids, some dude was out there trying to ruin it. Salt Bae. Now I'll give you the lowdown of this dude real quick. He's a celebrity chef who makes spicy steak with a signature move, and I'm guessing he saw this win as an opportunity to get his brand on an even bigger stage. So he kept tugging Messi to get his attention, but Leo wasn't impressed at all, and was a few seconds away from cooking him. I know that look. That's the face my mum makes before I get grounded for a month. Lucky for Salt Bae, he got the memo and backed off Leo, and I don't think Messi and his family will be ordering any fancy steak from his restaurant anytime soon. That World Cup was special for Leo, and it wasn't just because he won it. In the quarterfinals, he finally got the chance to silence a dude he'd been hating for years. To understand this one, I gotta tell you what happened years back. When Messi was just starting his career in 2003, one of his idols was the Argentinian superstar Juan Roman Riquelme. Now this dude was freaking talented, and Messi spent countless hours on training pitches trying to watch his game and copy his moves, so he could be like him. Riquelme was a fan favorite at Barca too, but when Barca changed coaches and the new man Louis van Gaal arrived, Riquelme lost his place in the team. And to make it worse, Van Gaal told him he wasn't a part of his plans. In the end, Riquelme got sold to Villarreal, and being an Argentine kid growing up and watching his idol play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, this one hurt Leo, man, and never forgave Van Gaal for it. Fast forward to 2022, and in the quarterfinals of the World Cup, Messi's Argentina team was facing a Netherlands team coached by Van Gaal. Right after scoring the second goal of the game, Messi was determined to make sure Van Gaal never forgot just how important Riquelme was all those years back. How'd you like him now, Louis? Messi was on smoke in this match, and I haven't seen him this angry since I told him about a couple of teammates who hadn't subscribed to Mr. Football yet. You should have seen Messi's face, man. The dude was livid. You don't want to get Messi mad, especially during the game. It's best to just do things his way and allow him to do his magic. Something Marco Verratti just couldn't understand months earlier, and it cost him and the entire team the season. When Messi joined PSG from Barca, the guys in charge of the club made it pretty clear at the beginning he was there to win the big one, the Champions League. PSG won the first leg of the round of 16 match against Real Madrid, and in the second leg they should have made it 2 early on when they launched an attack into the Madrid box. Marco Verratti was with the ball on the edge of the area, and Messi was making his trademark late run into the box. Anyone who knows Messi knows what happens next, man. He usually bangs top bins or corner shots from that angle. So once he saw Verratti make the move, he was locked and loaded, ready to fire and break Madrid hearts for different teams like all those years back. But instead, Verratti chose the wrong pass. Messi was furious. Verratti should have passed the ball to Messi, but instead he passed up a huge chance to give his team the lead. And yeah, Madrid ended up winning that game 3-1 and knocking PSG out. Messi kept his anger in check though. By the time this Portuguese wonder kid provoked him in 2020, he squared up to him and almost got into a brawl. Messi and Barcelona were facing Atletico Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup, and as usual, the Atleti game plan was very simple. Once Messi had the ball, he had 4 people on him marking him. Messi was probably getting frustrated with how the game was going, so at the end of the first half, with the game still at 0-0, Messi's teammate Jordi Alba got involved in a clash with Joao Felix, and as soon as Messi realized Alba was getting disrespected, he squared up to Felix, but the kid didn't back down. The balls on this guy. Seeing Messi square up to an opponent like that reminds me of the time he and Gary Medel got into a fight that was so crazy it got him sent off. In the 2019 Copa America finals, Messi and Argentina hit a bust. You see, at the time, Messi still hadn't won a major trophy with Argentina yet, and in the semi-finals, they lost to the eventual winners Brazil, and had to settle for a third-place match with Chile. Messi definitely wasn't as hyped for this one, but he still played regardless. And looking at it now, maybe it'll have been better if he didn't, man, because his major highlight was creating a scene that went viral.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Зря. Это зря. Ну не надо красная карточка давать.
A red card for playing chest wars. Really, Messi? Really? At least he wasn't trying to cover Medel's face with his arms, like he did to Asier Villalibre. This time it was in 2021, and Messi was playing in another final for Barcelona versus Athletic Club. Barca was trying to get the urgency needed in the game to grab an equalizer, but the Athletic defense refused to give in. And once they realized they had seconds left until this one was over, it was every man behind the ball, and a special dude marking Messi. Asier Villalibre took the job of staying close to Messi way too personal because he got Messi so angry for the first time in his career, Messi lashed out. The ref would have let it slide, but VAR got involved, and once they saw Messi clobber Villalibre's face like that, there was only one way this one could end: a red card. Messi got a dark side to him that will fight anyone to get his point through, even if it's the ref. In 2018, Messi and Barca had a Champions League game against Juventus, and the Juve players were being touch tight on Leo. At one point, when he almost got manhandled to the ground, Messi had seen enough. So after the referee blew the whistle for a foul, he demanded that he show a yellow card. But turns out Messi didn't know that his asking for a player to get booked is illegal, and so the referee booked him instead. Messi couldn't believe it. But watch that clip again. The ref probably choked him because Messi had his hands on him. Come on, Leo, you've got to know better than that. Crazy, because when it comes to putting his hands on people, especially women, Messi is usually reserved, and in fact he doesn't touch any other female apart from his wife. You see guys, there's a reason for that, and I could tell you now, but instead I saved all of that info in the next video. So click it to find out why Messi never touches other women.